2 games left in February, both of them at the Lane. Today, where Notts are unbeaten, run came to an end on Tuesday with a disappointing performance, but there is no excuses today where we face a Tranmere side who have lost, I believe it's 11 of their last 13 or 10 of the last 13, one of them. If you're serious about promotion, you win this game. Good teams who want to go for promotion and are fighting at the top end, you need to beat the teams in the bottom half. We have the worst goal difference of anyone in the top 5. That needs improving. And we also just need a reaction from Tuesday. That will do. Come on, Notts, come on, you guys. Let's do this. So the team news came out about half an hour ago, and there is some changes. And I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not as hopeful as I was. So Ndlovin and Kuyar coming to the starting 11. Kuyar's playing Cam. And Love up front. Dennis drops to the bench, as does Tangen. Robbo obviously returns. We played Tranmere on this exact same weekend last year as well, and we put in a pitiful performance despite winning 2-1. We must improve on that today. Good start by Notts, and Love couldn't quite connect with a Sarula cross. They went out for a corner, and from the second of them corners, it was off play. We got it back in, and Platt shoots just wide. Potentially should have maybe got it on target, but it's a good start nonetheless. A lot better than what we did against last season against these anyway. It had to go in. Someone had to score. Actually put it through to enough to start that. It was a brilliant ball into the half space, and Tranmere are leaving a lot of space open in that gap, especially down our left hand side, their right hand side. And the Love squared it. Somehow one of our players didn't put it in. One of their players did. If one of our players wasn't going to put it in, then one of theirs had to. He almost just scored an own goal a few minutes earlier with Jason Lowe. Basically slicing and it almost pulling through his own net. Norburns off. Looks like he did something to his ankle before we scored. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Grant's come on, which means Grant Kuyar are behind on Love now. With Iapenda into the centre of midfield with Robertson. Robertson will be playing defence in mid. Seemed to have slowed down a bit from our good start. That will probably come when, probably has happened when Norburn's gone off, because Norburn was making everything tick. Trio of battlers up top now in Kuyar, Granton and Love. Right, half time 1-0 Notts. Should we be further ahead? Yes. Are we further ahead? No. The goal, really good ball by the nose, releases on Love. He squared it, the rebound. They've hit it against their own player and it's gone in. He hit it off Jason Lowe, who had actually almost scored an own goal a few minutes before that. Sarula is putting in some good crosses, but we're just not getting that clear contact on the end of some of the crosses that we need to. Put had an effort go wide early on. There is the opportunity to go and score more goals, but off. We just don't have much end product in the final third. These are leaving so much space down there in the half spaces, especially down our left hand side or their right hand side, but we haven't used it enough to our advantage. The game is definitely there to score more. All we need is win! Rolling! Sarula, my word, he just went on one. He got inside, sent their player to the shops, put it across goal, and there was a Love with the tap in into the roof of the net 2-0 Notts. We're actually winning the game by 2 goals. That's some real pressing. Blimey, 3-0. Leon Love again. All we need is Lee. Wonderful pressing by Grant. And here Bender, and then Love, and Grant got it back. They eventually were going to misplace a pass, and Grant forced it from them, and Leon Love, and another simple tap in. If you press enough, they're going to fold under the pressure, and that's what we did.
Hit it! Yeah!
Goodness me, what's going on? Somebody needs to score more goals and well, I don't know what to say. And Love sends Jody through and he puts all his power and might behind his shot and it sits in the back of the net. Go on. We haven't even bought Tang and Dennis or Nora on yet. Dennis, McDonald and Hall are on for and Love. Kuyar and Platt. Platt, I understand, he's on a yellow. Let's not take a risk. Good sub. Would you have brought Tangan on? I don't know. We've still got Tangan and all who left, but we've got one more sub to make. Tangan came on earlier for Robertson, then he won the penalty. It might seem small, but he did pull him back. It is a definite pen. Don't like the little argument between Dennis and Jones in the build-up though, but you just got to get on with it at the end of the day. It's a team game. All that matters is to finish in the top 3, and that's 5-0, and that takes our goal difference to +20. First time we scored 5 since the 29th of this at home, since the 29th of December 2023.
Scoring 5 in a game doesn't come along too often in football, so you've got to enjoy it when it does happen. And for the first time since December 29th, 2023, which was Luke Williams' last home game in charge which was against Morecambe, our first time we've scored 5 at home since that day with Luke Williams in charge. We've scored 5 since then. We scored 5 at Cheltenham last season, but that's the last time. Morecambe at home was the last time we scored 5 at home in a league game. We were comfortable throughout. They were there for the taking, and we put them to the sword. Teams who want to get promoted should be ruthless and they should be convincing, and we were both of them. We had a good chance early on. Matty Platt puts it just wide. We do take the lead after a good build-up play. We are forced to go back at first, but it's a lovely ball by Badeau to break the line, sends Ndlovin through. He puts it low across, tries to reach here, Pender. The Tranmere player gets there first, but he clears it off Jason Lowe for an own goal. And Love also could have had another goal where he did well, where he pressed high to dispossess their defender. I think it might have been Pender who dispossessed him, and then Love was sent on goal. This time I think he should go round him instead of trying to hit it first time, but we're getting the benefit of that. And then second half when we really start to take control. Like, we could have been ahead by more going into half time, but for once we decide to make it easy. Notts decide to make it easy for the fans, and within a minute of the restart we're 2-0 up. Some nice build-up play again. Robertson sends Cerula down the wing. He cuts inside, sends their player completely the other way. It's a deflected cross, but Love's there to score his first Notts goal. And then minutes later, excellent pressing. I feel like we've been a lot better in the press this season. We've forced more teams into mistakes when playing out from the back. And here we do as well. We have Grant, Iapenda and Ndlovin all pressing. Iapenda forces their player to go back. Grant wins the ball back. He rolls it to Ndlovin, who makes it free. And then a few minutes later, we win the ball back in our own half and we counter. And when this ball gets to Ndlovin, well, before this ball even gets to Ndlovin, who's in the Tranmere half, Jones already has seen it and he's gone. He's on one. He's making a beeline to get into that position to receive the ball. He receives the ball. It does take a deflection, but it's 4-0. It's dominant. Later on, their player pulls back Tangen for some unknown reason. Why he did it, I've still no idea. The danger had gone. He just pulls him back. Thank you very much. We'll have that. Matt Dennis converts. And a very convincing performance, very ruthless performance. It's about time we did that to someone because, like I said before, 5 out of the 6 games we won in that winning run, we should have won by more than a goal. Bar the Fleetwood game, we had more than enough chances to win them games by much more. Crewe and Swindon especially. You know, Barrow where we had Dennis, Gillingham where Platt had one off the line, for example. I know we had a few more in both of them games. I'm very pleased to Leon Love getting his first goals for Notts. He had a really good game. We thought before the start of the game, you know, has this team got enough goals in it? Passo decided to freshen things up with the starting 11 after Tuesday's game, and you know what, fair play, we pressed them really well. I thought our pressing was on point, as shown by the third goal and the multiple chances we had where we forced them into mistakes. And what I have noticed since the little break we had from Crawley onwards, our centre-backs, our wing-backs, they're much higher. I had a look back at the highlights, and most of the time our wide players are much higher than they have been during they're much higher than they have been during the first half of the season. And Patterson said after the Crewe game, I wanted to see more aggression and more chances created. We've got that. Bar Shrewsbury, where we were just a bit too slow on the ball, we've been on a really good run of form and we've played well in these games, and we've created more chances and we've been a lot quicker on the ball, which is really good to see. We just need to keep it going for the last 13 games, because this time last season we started to plummet. Combined like this time last season where we'd lost to Vale, then the Colchester game we looked like we were happy with a point, and then we put in a pitiful performance despite beating Tranmere 2-1. This season we drew at Bromley, we lost to Shrewsbury, reaction straight away, 5-0, boom. That is mentality. That's the difference in mentality this season. There's something about us. There's something different in the mindset. Grant was good when he came on because Ndlovin was doing really well in the centre before he had to come off. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. He was making things tick really well. Savula, Jones, excellent, both from out wide. I love how high Macari is getting up the pitch now, bringing the ball out from the back when your team wins 5-0. It's a beautiful day. These days don't come around often, so cherish them, because it's lovely. If you've enjoyed the vlog, give it a like, comment down below your thoughts on the game. Stay subscribed if you're subscribed, subscribe if you're new. Be safe, be champions, and as always, toodaloo.